What to do when it feels like everyone else doesn't have time for the friendship? That is such a great question. I asked the women on Girlfriend Circles to submit their friendship questions to me, and I'm picking one and answering it every week. And this week I am picking that one. One of the women writes, I was reading through all the questions below, and it seems to me that one of the overriding themes is, on our end, we may be prioritizing time for friends or for making new friendships, but it's a lot of work and not necessarily always reciprocated. In our Girlfriend Circles community, we obviously care about meaningful friendships, but that doesn't necessarily translate into the real world. Personally, I love meeting new friends and I make time for that, but that doesn't mean everyone else out there does. We live in a very busy society. We may be forging ahead on the friendship path only to encounter those who are too busy or don't prioritize it the same way. What to do? Oh, I would be a wealthy woman if I could just fix that one. Such a great question, and I don't have a magic bullet, but I have a lot of different ideas that we could at least be trying in the meantime. I say meantime because I'm really hoping that over the next couple of years, our culture shifts where we really recognize how important relationships are and prioritize them. And those of us who are paying attention now, we get to be the pioneers. We get to be the leaders in this area. We get to be the ones modeling it and inspiring it and teaching it. And so what you're doing in this wave right now, by prioritizing it, by asking friends, by repeatedly initiating, we are teaching, we are modeling, we are contagious, we are making a difference. And I know it gets tiring, and I know it's hard when other people aren't at the same awareness or prioritizing level as we are. So here's a couple of ideas that no one of them is going to fix it all, but these might help. So one is join something that others are already doing consistently. So people are busy. What are they busy doing that you would also enjoy doing? Because if we can make friendship happen in a space where they're already hanging out, then we know they're going to be there. And so the consistency is happening more automatically for us. So brainstorm, where are your friends, where are the people you want to be friends with hanging out? Are they hanging out around a school? Are they hanging out around kids programs? Are they hanging out around sports? Are they hanging out around work-related stuff? And start seeing, what could I join and be consistent at? Because people are already showing up there, so they prioritize it. Now, how do I go and start meeting people who are prioritizing that and help make friendship happen in that space? Similar to that, if we already have friends that we feel like it's not a matter of meeting friends, but a matter of spending more time with our friends, see what it is they're doing on a regular basis and ask and find out, is there anything we could be doing with them on that regular basis? So it's them not adding something new to their schedule, but us joining them on a hike every weekend, or joining them to watch those TV shows on Thursday night, or joining them to fill in the blank. Go to the speaker series that they've been loving and posting about. So maybe it's a question of I know you're super busy, and I miss you. Is there anything that is on your schedule that you want a friend to join you with? I'm willing to try to make that happen. I'd love to hang out with you. Or I have a friend who, I live in San Francisco, and so it's hard. She lives 45 minutes away, and it's hard for us to make time to see each other with our travel schedules. And so she does a great job of texting me when she's going to be scheduled to already be in the city, and I piggyback and try to basically join her for coffee before that event or drinks after the event. And so it's not her coming up one more time or me having to drive all the way down there, but we're trying to see each other when it's already attached to something that one of us has to do or is doing. So be creative about that. Let your friend know you're being creative about it. Say to her, what can we do to see each other more often? When are you coming this way? Or what are you doing on the weekends that I could join you on? Or whatever works for you. Start trying to say, instead of trying to schedule secluded, separate time that might be hard for both of us to commit to, what can I do, or where could we be where we're already prioritizing it and be doing it together? So that's something to think about. If you're making new friends, I would say don't put all your eggs in one basket. Just recognize that, especially at the beginning, I don't prioritize new people especially if I've got several other friends and I meet somebody new. I might be willing to go hang out or do something, but I'm not just suddenly going to be great, let's make time every single week to do something. And so we just need to be mindful that it takes a while. And so really, if we're making new friends, that consistency might look like just seeing them every couple of months and just making sure we have a lot of different people we're doing that with, knowing that it's not as fulfilling in the beginning. I get it. What we want is that best friend who's familiar and consistent, but sometimes it just takes us nurturing a lot of different relationships. And we'll be surprised a year, 2 years down the road when some of those relationships, we have a couple years of history together. And even though we don't see each other frequently, we now have history and we have memories. And so now it starts becoming easier to add frequency to that. And so part of it in the beginning is being gentle with them and us. We don't need it to be every single week. That's asking a lot. What can we do to just kind of make sure that we touch base every couple months and get together for coffee or for dinner or something? And so decide to say, I'm going to stay in touch with these 5-10 people, and I'm just going to keep kind of rotating around and keep checking in and seeing if we can get something scheduled, and trust that over time that momentum will build. That's for making friends. I mean, I think we just need to lower our expectations that the average person isn't going to have time to just immediately lock in on consistency and frequency with somebody that they don't know very well. If it is somebody we know really well and we feel like we're just simply not getting time with them and that we're not a priority, I think it's okay to ask. I think it's okay to say, I miss you. It's been so many months since we've seen each other. What can we do to change that? And we don't need to blame. We don't need to just simply I miss you. Let's get something on the calendar. You tell me. I feel like I keep throwing different dates out and they're not working. You tell me. Give me 2 options that work for you, and I'll do my very best to make one of them work. And so let's bring her into the brainstorming. Let's let her know that there's not a problem, but yeah, let her know that we feel it. We feel like we need that time with her. And I'm speaking of people we're closer to. And let's let her know that, and to say, how can we solve this? What works for you? What would feel good to you? What are you able to commit to? And to be able to say, in my dream world, we see each other every week, but I know that's probably not possible. But what is possible for you? Was putting a bi-weekly event in the calendar possible? Is committing to something once a month possible? What's possible for you? And just asking her to commit to what's possible, and then accepting that for what it is for right now at this season of life, knowing that even if it's not as frequent as you want, if once a month is what she can do right now, then that is a relationship that's staying connected and staying bonded, and it stays meaningful in her life, so that down the road it can be more sustaining to both of you. So bring her into the brainstorming. And my last 2 suggestions might seem a little self-serving, but I actually think they're really, really helpful, and I've heard really good success stories of them. So Friendships Don't Just Happen is a book about making friends, and I have written for both books actually, but I think this one would be a great one. I've written 4-week study guides meant to be doing as a group or like a book club together. And so this is such a great idea. If you don't know very many people, just figure out a way where you can pull anybody you kind of know together. Like, I'm starting this 4-week book club. It's just going to be for the month of March. And every Tuesday night we're getting together. Would you like to join us? We're going to have pizza. We're going to do whatever sounds fun to you, tacos and friendship night. And feel free to invite a friend. Feel free to invite a few people you know. And basically just get the word out, post it on Facebook, post it in girlfriend circles. Just your goal is to get 5 to 10 women that you may not even know that well in a room who are I'm willing to try to be there at 3 out of the 4 weeks. And then what's super cool about this is you're training them to do consistency, whether your get-togethers are weekly or bi-weekly. And the book then walk everyone through, you're training basically together. You're training your friends of what matters. And so that's the cool thing about a book, is that you don't have to sit down and say, we need consistency. You can let them read it, and then the conversation becomes, wow, this is really hard to do. How can we do this? And I realize I need more consistency in my friendships. But basically you're building friendships with people who are paying attention and willing to learn. That's what Girlfriend Circles is. So that's a great place. But also, if you just want to create it in your own little world, then bring the resources to them. Or if it's good friends that you already have, but you want to teach them and train them what you're learning, then gift them Frientimacy and write a note that just says, thank you so much for our friendship. I look forward to us always getting closer together. Or thanks for always valuing our friendship so much. But thank them and tell them the friendship means something, and then gift them the book so that they can read it and come to those conclusions and prioritize friendship hopefully a little bit more as well. So those are some examples that range from kind of joining different things to having conversations to helping train and teach and inspire what you're learning. But I hope that one of those ideas and some of those ideas, while it won't change the world immediately, if more and more and more and more of us are prioritizing our friendships, talking about why we're prioritizing them, inspiring others, sharing resources, posting, starting to just be more honest about this need in our lives and how important it is, like, I promise you, we can change the world. We can!